Man, it's good to be home. After the bye week, we took down A&M with a very explosive victory there, and now we've had a bye week to calm ourselves down. And now we get to play Arkansas, who's yet to win a game. They're looking to do anything to kind of right their season, so they'd love to take us down today and ruin our season. But we can't let that happen if we're going to keep pace with Alabama. We got a couple of games to get to the end of the season. Looking like the Iron Bowl will decide our fate. But first we have to get through 3 opponents. Starting today with Arkansas here at home. Mike Scott, Andrew DeAngelis, Mike Finley, and a bunch of other big-time Tigers are going to look to fuel this game in just a quick get in, get the victory, and get out. Welcome everyone to Jordan Hare Stadium, where today, hopefully, we're going to experience a bit of a blowout. But that's all going to start with us winning the coin toss. Let's see if we do. Yes, we do. Hey, we'll put our defense on the field first. Got no problem doing that. I didn't. I think I screwed that up. I wasn't paying enough attention. Our offense will get the ball first. Alex Harrison trying to bounce it to the outside, maybe doing things a bit fancy, unable to get around. And with that, we will see our offense take the field for the first time today. We're going to look to really establish the running game here. The scouting report shows that their defense is just kind of weak in all regards, so we're going to look to exploit that in as much as we can. Andrew DeAngelis having a pretty good year so far, almost at 700 yards rushing on just about 100 attempts. So he's looking like he's on pace to break 1,000 yards rushing. We're going to really look to hammer the ball in today, as we do have the number 1 running back in the nation visiting, and he'd love to see our running backs rush for a large number. But we don't want to be one-dimensional, so we will actually see if we can establish a bit of a passing game here off of the run success. And if not, we'll just hand it right back to him. Because what else would you do when you've got a dominant run threat like Andrew DeAngelis? Gavin Black with a 30-yard reception off the play action was running wide open. Just couldn't put the final move on to break free. Now let's come back and do a lot more running the ball. Shouldn't even really have to involve Mike Finley in the option play, but we'll have to see. Just depends on what the day will hold. Andrew DeAngelis with a 13-yard gain on first down. He is very ready for this game. Normally this would be around the time that I would do air quotes homecoming and I'd throw on retro uniforms, but don't have that ability, and it's a little frustrating. Andrew DeAngelis weaving his way through to get a 4-yard gain. But I guess you could say it is homecoming, because as much as I'd love to get everyone hyped up for the Iron Bowl and call that homecoming, you don't do that. You don't make your key rivalry game your homecoming game. Just not a good idea. Especially since we will be the underdogs. Andrew DeAngelis stuffed there to make it 3rd and long. So we'll likely have to pass the ball here. Could work on the option, but I have a feeling I'm trying to get our running backs a whole lot of rushing yards this game. So this game might go very quickly just in terms of that. If we have to, though, we will get other people involved. Oh, man, Mike Finley, I wish you were able to shake the tackler there. None of our wide receivers really separated themselves, at least that I could read. So now it's going to be 4th and 12. No, I'm confident in our... I'm very confident in our defense. Let's go for it. Why not? Let's play some risks today and see what happens. Looks like they're going to send a bit of a blitz package in, so that's going to work out well. Run the screen. Andrew DeAngelis takes that. Oh, almost was able to cut outside and get it, but he just got chipped by a defender, and it was just enough. That will put our defense on the field. They had a very impressive game against A&M last week, coming up with a couple of very, very key stops, and I think this is going to be a very different offense for us to deal with. And we start off with a 4-yard tackle for loss. DeMarcus Vaughn and a whole bunch of other Tigers were there in the backfield. Maybe we can keep this kind of pressure up. Would love to get a couple of tackles for loss or sacks, interceptions. And Seals gets his hand up and bats it down at the line of scrimmage. With that, it's going to be 3rd and long, and we will look to have a little bit of fun. We'll try to apply some artificial pressure here by looking like we'll blitz. And then we'll see if we can actually come up with anything. Oh, and Neal just isn't able to get in front of that and knock it down. So they're able to get the first down. Kind of regretting going for it on 4th down now. Maybe didn't give them quite enough credit. We get him down, but not before he's able to get 7 yards. It's looking like this offense is just a very patient one. Now we're going to bring in numbers to match, as I imagine we will see probably a pass play out of this formation. Oh, and they run the jet sweep. And nobody's home. And we take the early deficit. Looks like we need to give them a bit more credit if we want to come out with victory here. Got to give our defense a chance to recoup and figure out what went wrong. So hopefully this drive will be more than that. Andrew DeAngelis with 7 yards on the gain. Now we're going to come back with another run. Because if they're going to give us 7 yards a carry, I'll take that almost any day of the week. Andrew DeAngelis, another 7 yards. It's easy as that. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. He's got 62 yards in the first quarter. We don't even play full quarters here. Let's see if running the counter here he can break one. Oh, he got 9 yards on that carry, so he really went above and beyond on that play. Now let's see if he is in for one more play. Yes, he is. I thought he might bring Mike Scott in for a spell. Now, last play of the quarter. Andrew DeAngelis walks right in! And just like that, we tie the game up off of a very powerful drive by Andrew DeAngelis. So, at the end of the first quarter, we tie the game up 7-all. Looks like Arkansas is not as they aren't just going to lay down as we maybe expected them to. So we need to step it up and play our A game. So that's a great help for us. Now it's going to be 2nd and long, and we're putting them in a bit of an uncomfortable situation. Let's see if we can take advantage. We're going to put our secondary on islands here, and we come up with the sack. Ellis blitzing right up the middle and punishing them. Now it's going to make it 3rd and 14. 3rd and a mile. Let's see if we can force them into a little screen here. We didn't catch it last time, but maybe we'll catch it this time. Yes, we do. Ellis on another play, causing a 5-yard loss. And hopefully we'll get great field position off of this. Still works out well. Probably could have cut it upfield and gotten a bit more, but was hoping if I could bounce it and maybe find the outside. Run the inside trap version this time, and now he gets 10 yards on the carry. Just dominating them up the middle. And we'll actually go into a bit of a hurry up, seeing if we can force them into that same formation. And it looks like they'll stay with it, so we will run it again. And another 12-yard gain. We are shredding them up the middle. Andrew DeAngelis already has 105 yards. We're definitely feeding him the ball, but I mean, I don't have a problem with that when he has this kind of success. He runs up the middle again, getting 8 yards on the carry. He's already up to 16 rushes, so maybe it might be time for Mike Scott to come in soon. But now it's going to be 2nd and 2. We're actually going to do a little bit of play action to give DeAngelis a bit of a rest. We need him for the entire game. So we're going to look to involve Rocky Lee here on the play action and try to hit this comeback for a touchdown. Mike Finley has to scramble and create. We got lucky there that he was able to break a tackle early, and that made it to where he could get free and get the first down. Now we're going to pass the ball here. Breaks away inside the pocket, getting another 5-yard gain. Looks like Arkansas is doing a good job of closing a lot of those quick passing routes. So now we'll come back with our man, Andrew DeAngelis. See if he can get into the end zone. And he walks right in for the touchdown. We take the lead. He's having a dominant day on the ground, and I have no problem feeding him the ball over and over and over again. This is going to be a very low, I would say it's a low-scoring game, but we have 14 points in the second quarter. This is just a grinding type game where both teams are not prolific offenses. He decides to run the ball, and he meets big old number 10, Brooks Kennedy, who gets credit for the sack. Lucky he was there, as it might have gotten a couple of yards. Now 2nd and 11. We'll apply a bit of pressure here and see what we can do. Alright, Randall's on the quarterback. We're in better coverage position. I'm in a blitz. Oh, and Weldon is able to catch him before he's able to go into the end zone. But that was just a good quick strike in bad coverage. Looks like we definitely need some help in our secondary areas. They're fairly young and need time to develop. Oh, and 13 throws the quarterback down. Antoine Johnson having almost disgust with that quarterback run. I don't blame him. Seems like every quarterback recently has been able to run all over against us. Hopefully they don't run the ball away from our blitz like that. But we have people there. We're able to shut it down for only a 3-yard gain. Now it's going to be 3rd and 11. We're going to call a timeout here. I don't love the formation we're in. They've burned us a couple of times on that. As well as I want to save a little bit of time on the clock. We're in a position where we might be able to get an extra score before half if we're able to stop them here. And we are. It's going to make it 4th and 2, and we'll call our timeout to save some time. I have a feeling they will go for the field goal. So we will try to block it. Never really been successful in blocking one, but we'll see. First time for everything. And they get it. So they do get a possession out of that long, long drive. And we'll just play for a little bit of Hail Mary defense and take it to the half. I'm totally okay if the running back gets the ball, so... Ooh, and McKinney comes up with the interception. And that's going to end the half. So we get the turnover, but not that big of a deal. So we're only up 4 to Arkansas. We've misjudged them a little bit, and we're in a bit of a dogfight. Let's see if we can recover from it. Let's see if we can come back with another run here. Looks like they've got an extra body in the box, but it's not enough to stop Andrew DeAngelis. With another 10-yard gain on the play, he's already up to 140 yards. Now with that, we'll come back with our bread and butter, our read option, and see if that will cause Mike Finley to be able to break one free. And no, they actually key Mike Finley. So Andrew DeAngelis puts on a couple of moves, gets 13 yards on the carry. It's one of those, if you would assume you would key the guy who is really, really having success, but not my offensive game plan. Andrew DeAngelis seems a bit gassed, but hits the outside for a 5-yard gain. Now with it being 2nd and 5, let's come back with another option. And there we go. Mike Scott's entering the game for the first time today. Honestly surprised that we went this long with him. Mike Finley takes the option look, getting 5 yards, but just not enough for a first down. Now let's come back with an inside run. It's all we've been doing this drive, and it's all that we really need to do. Mike Scott should get us enough to get the first down. And that he does. He falls forward. Enough for a first down. Now with it being 1st and goal, we've run pretty much every play of this drive. In the past couple of drives. We'll go to our play action. Just to see if we can get them to bite on it. Doesn't look like they will, so we will just throw the ball away. Fight for another down instead of trying to force something in and maybe do something ill-advised. So now we'll go into our option look. Our bread and butter, what we do best. And see if that will be enough. Mike Finley on the keeper will walk right in, and we will go up 10 points. 11 points after we make this PAT. Now with that overload, I'm convinced they're going to run it, and I was incorrect. But he airmails the ball anyway. He had a couple of wide open receivers on that side, but didn't take advantage. It's now going to be 3rd down. So now we've got a couple of options. We'll play pressure here and see if we can get someone home. And he airmails it again. He's not coming out with the same sharpness that he did in the first half. We're going to sell out that it's a run. Just because I have a feeling it is. And it wasn't. But we break through, getting a big-time sack. Randall sneaking through the line on the blitz. With that, they'll have a lot of options here on, or not a lot of options here on whether they're going to go for it or not. They're actually going to punt the ball? That's strange. We're going to shift into a cover 2 look just in case. I can take the ball rolling out. It just seemed like a weird time to punt the ball at the 50 with 4th and 5. I would have gone for it. But we're up 11 points at the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's see if we can bring this one home. Run it again on 1st down, and Andrew DeAngelis once again rushing for a 1st down. He has 192 yards on the play. And none of it has been a big chunk explosive run play. It's just been 10-yard gain, 10-yard gain, 7-yard gain, 10-yard gain. Audible out of that run though. McFarland took a bit to break off that route, but we finally did, and we had enough time to hit him in stride for the first down. They came prepared for our option look and had numbers in the right places, so we decided to change out of it, and it came out well. Now we'll come into a 2 running back set. Hopefully with the numbers in the box, we can actually get a little bit of a run. That we do. We get 7 yards on the play. We'd love to see Andrew DeAngelis get 1 more yard here and get above 200 yards rushing on the day. So we'll run an option play here, giving him that opportunity. And now they key Mike Finley. And he walks right in, taking it from 15 yards out to go up by 18. The game's really wanting me to just sit back, run cover 4, and it's never been my style. When up big, I still don't choose to just turtle and let it happen. And finally, we get to him. Number 13, Johnson on the sack. It's a good thing, too, I let that running back run pretty free, but he's not able to complete the pass. Now it's going to be 2nd and 17. And Neal lets his guy go. And Bell's able to get him out of bounds. Now with it being 2nd and 8, can our defense bow up? We'll have to see. Still whiff on the quarterback option, but it's enough to stop them. It's going to be 3rd and 4. They do not have to get to the touchdown, but they got to get pretty close. They've run 2 option looks here. Maybe they'll run a 3rd. Doesn't look like it. Instead, we were too focused looking at the quarterback, and they get the touchdown. So they make it a 12-point difference. They're going to go for 2 to make it a touchdown and a field goal instead of 2 touchdowns. And we've got a problem here. And they're not able to get it. Our coverage is just enough. That's going to make it a hard 2 touchdowns. Let's see if we can recover the onside kick here. Roberts able to make the play. They are really selling out on the run plays, and I don't blame them. And they call timeout. Better late than never, but guess they deemed it's gotten a little too close to or the game is still too close. But they're really crowding the box here. Maybe the screen will work out well. Andrew DeAngelis not able to get the first down. They had the screen played enough for us to not be successful. And I trust our offense. We started this game on a 4th down that we did not convert. Let's see if we can get it here. Hit Rocky Lee, coming up with another very important reception, running out their timeouts. So just a couple of kneel downs and we'll be done. Off the great play by Andrew DeAngelis today. Game got a little closer than it should have and definitely started in a scary place. But Andrew DeAngelis, we fed him the rock to get in and out of this game pretty quickly. We'll have to be a bit more balanced in games against a little bit stronger opponents such as Georgia, who's coming up. But he will be our player of the game, no doubt. Having 211 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns, and a couple of key receptions. Let's look at our overall stats. Really, the story of the game was 217 yards of rushing offense. We were 12 from 13 for the air, so we did enough in the air to keep it balanced. Our 3rd down conversion's pretty low, and that's a big deal. But that and our red zone percentage was low. So those are things to work on. No turnovers again, so that's 2 games in a row. So that feels pretty good. And then that's about it. There wasn't really anything to really be excited about other than we had a dominant rushing game. That's about it. Well, after that win against Arkansas, we're still on pace to go where we want to go. But this week, we get to participate in one of the greatest rivalries in college football. And that rivalry is none other than Auburn, Georgia. We'll have to go in between the hedges and face a Georgia team that, although they're only at 5-4 in the record, it's a rivalry game. Anything goes. Anything could happen. So trust me, you'll want to tune in next week to see that game in its entirety. But thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe because it helps me out so much more than you know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.